Hello everybody, welcome back to Thaumcraft, MSI here, and last episode I left you with a question: what highlights do you want me to use up here? And obviously the birch won, and it won by quite a fair amount. A lot of people seem to like the birch, as do I, which is awesome, although I'm not sure about the design of this room. The only real word I can sort of think fits it the best is circusy, to be honest. Like right here, I don't know. It just reminds me of the circus, but it's cool. I'm probably gonna keep it. I'm not saying I'm not gonna keep it. It's just I don't know. It looks a bit tacky to me, but I'm gonna keep it. It looks cool, I suppose. Maybe. Tell me what you think of the room. Um, but obviously I've ended it here. We are going to expand out into this area, quite soon. Hopefully, in the next couple of episodes. But a lot of other cool things have happened since I last left you. One of those things are that I have found out that all crystals grow in this chunk, which is epic. And this is with the aid of the toolworms, but I think they just increase the speed of it. I don't think they actually change anything, but that is cool. So we will be hopefully trying to make a proper official V's farm out of this then in the near future. Um, but there's a lot of cool things I am planning to do this episode, and one of which is to experiment a little bit with the arcane borer. Because, as you all know, I have got my epic mineshaft thing going. Although I was wondering if there's a cool way to do sort of a similar idea, but with an arcane borer. And arcane borers are a little bit different since the first version of the mod, and to be honest, I haven't really been playing around with them that much. Um, I don't know, I just sort of never really got around to playing with them. But we're going to make one and have all their focuses and stuff like that, and we're going to have to make a couple of arcane singularities with that, although they're hopefully like not too expensive. I think I should have enough stuff. The glowstone's easy to get. Coal, I have plenty of coal. I should be fine. So here is the recipe for the arcane borer. It's a crafting recipe, which is awesome because I like crafting recipes because they are free of these, which is awesome and nice. So there we go. We have made our first ever arcane borer. Nice. And the next thing is that we're going to make the different types of what do you call them? I forgot their names. Nitor and Alluvium. That's them. It's probably not even Alluvium. It's Alumentum. That's it. Obviously, you will have noticed this here. This is a rune, and it's a magic rune. And if I get out my crystal ball, you'll see this seal generates or greatly boosts the speed of any Thaumcraft or Thaumic device operating nearby, and it has no effect on the local aura rating, so that is cool. So pretty much it just gives my machines around this area a bit of a boost, which is awesome and nice and cool. And that is almost done, about halfway. It's not really almost done at all, but it's getting there. And I'll get back to you when I get it done. There we go, all done. And now for the what do you call it? The Alumentum. I got it right. So the Alumentum is still cooking. It's about halfway done. But I want to show you the focuses for the arcane or the arcane borer. And focuses are pretty much just ways of focusing items. And different ones are made different ways. So i.e. the focus of air is made by an arcane focus. And then a crystal that is relevant to its type. So I'm going to go ahead and make plenty of these, as well as once that's done now, which is nice and done. That made no sense. But anyway, I'm going to make 64 of these. I'm going to make all the different focus types, and then I'll meet you in a minute or two. Awesome. So I found a cool place, and I thought this would be an awesome area to start the boring. Now the reason why I want to do it into the side of a mountain instead of into the ground is because in my actual mine shaft, if I were to use it, I would be mining it sideways, not downwards. So I kind of want to get an idea of how you would do it, and that pig is in the way, so I don't know. Safety precautions? Nah. Okay, so our first test is with the medium-sized normal arcane focus, no enhancements or anything to it. So let's have a look at this. So I'm going to leave that running for just a minute or two, and we'll see what we get. Yeah, okay. Awkward story. The first test we did turned out to work perfectly. And this is the size that I want my mineshaft. It's like perfect because it's the same as the pickaxe of the cores sort of area. So that's interesting. So I already got my perfect one straight off. That's nice. And wow, that's going to create a lot of lag. Yeah, that is pretty perfect actually. Wow, awesome. Well, that's not going to stop us from exploring the rest. So the next one I want to look at is going to be, I think, probably be better if I did it this way. Would is going to be the let's do the water. So this one has long range but only a medium focus, whereas this one had a medium range and a narrow focus. Um, so let's have a look at this. So this has been running for a little bit of a while now, and even though it's not cut out the perfect shape, you can sort of get a bit of the gist of what its shape would be. So it seems to go down to this level here, which would be 2 down from where its starting point is, and 2 up as well. And I'm guessing to the side. Yep, 2 to the side. So pretty much it's a 4x4 square, which it's mining outdoor, whatever you want to call it, boring out maybe. So that is cool. A bit bigger than what I wanted to. I think that definitely that original one was perfect size for me, but it's cool. Next up is the Earth. It's got a medium range and a wide focus. That's interesting. Let's have a look at this. Hopefully it doesn't suck out the lever. I don't think it would. Oh, and while I'm here and stuff like that, you can actually attach chests to the back of these, and they will suck up all the items. So if you get like any valuable items like diamonds or something when you're like using this in caves, if you just hook a sort of chest up to the back of it, it should be fine. So it's kind of hard to tell the depth in this because it was quite sort of random plucking out of the cave. Although as you can see, it did go 3 down from, no more, 4 down, sorry, from its original position. And how far out did it go? Went 4 out, I'm guessing. Yep. So that would be an 8x8 square, I'm assuming it would be. I'm assuming it's 4 up as well. So that's cool. And it seems to be that the further or the higher that you make the category, the harder it is to pick out spaces. And I'm assuming the reason for that is simply because there's more spaces there to pick out than there would be in a 3x3 square. So that's interesting. And we're going to switch it around one more time over to, well, I was going to say there, but it's quite hard to do it there, isn't it? But anyway, we'll do it anyway. We'll do it this way. And, well, no. Switch. There we go. And we have fire. And fire is a big long one, so let's see what it says. Low value items are consumed to improve efficiency. That's interesting. And this just improves speed. Okay, we'll do air first, I guess. And switch it on. And get going. And I should probably point out that it is medium range and medium focus. just to let you know. Right, so I think that is a clear enough interpretation, so let's turn this off. And I got all the junk. Oh well. Got some apples. Nice. Anyway, so this is 2 down from the center and 2 across. So it's pretty much the exact same as that one over there, except it's it just really has um, the improved speed really. That seems to be the only difference to it, and it was a good bit faster, so it was interesting. And finally, we are going to use the fire, and as you can tell here, it makes the lesser important items more efficient for the device by consuming them, which is awesome. And I'm going to go straight down for this one just because I can. So let's see what this is like, and let's check the range and stuff on this. It's medium and medium again. Interesting. This may be a bit different to work out what it's doing because the fact it's going down, but we should still be able to get a sort of a decent idea of it. And I'm assuming it's going to be the same as that one and that one size wise, just because it's both medium again. But let's have a look. Yeah, I think that's a fair enough size to sort of get an idea of how large it is. So, pretty much yeah, it is the same size as these, as in it's a 4x4 square, yeah? Yeah, 4x4 square. So that's interesting and cool. Also, let's check out its promise of consuming low value items. Well, since there are no items above there, I'm assuming it is true. Let's try that one more time with these objects up here, so we can have an idea of how efficiency low the objects are. Just make some sticks. Yep, there we go. And then make a thing. If I could place my cobblestone, there we go. Lever. So let's see. Yeah, so normally the cobblestone would be appearing on the top, although now it is not, it's consuming them. And, oh, there you go, got some iron, so the iron appears on the top. That's cool. Although it's getting late out here, so I think it's probably a good time to wrap up and head back to base. 2 cool things. First of all, I found out if you use the Sword of Zephyr while on a carpet, it makes you fly fast. And second of all, for the first time ever, I think I found a silverwood jungle tree. So that's interesting. And you know, while I'm here, why not collect stuff? Do I have my shears with me? No, I do not, of course. Perfect. Oh well. It's cool. Oh, whoa! Okay, apparently you can collect those with just your thing. Pickaxe of Stream. Wow, I didn't know that. Didn't know a lot of stuff. I picked up a lot of random junk from there. Oh well, I'll dismiss it all later. Quicksilver. Oh, almost missed that. Oh, and another. What? What? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to spend a bit of time here. I'm sorry. There's something wrong here. I think I'm just lucky. Yep, so in the end I got quite a decent amount of stuff. This is what I in total got. I got 64 of those, 8 of those, and 18 of those and 8 of those. So that's cool. Okay. Better. Oh yeah, and also I did fill in brains on the Quasium, even though I'm not really in use for it anymore. And a lot of people are saying that the corner pieces do affect the actual enhancements to the thing you're using it for, and that is true, they do. But the one issue with that is that if I break this down, you'll see that it doesn't look too good. So that is the main reason why I'm putting the corners in, and I kind of want to look good through the entire thing, so that's pretty much the only reason why I've got it like that. Okay, there we go. Now let's get on to some cool stuff. So I think we fairly agreed that these arcane focuses here are probably the best for making a mine shaft. Now I already have been mining this one off camera and I'm quite far into it, so that is sort of why it's already been mined at. Although, as I said before, it is the perfect sort of length for it. So if I look down the barrel, kind of like that, um, it's sort of like perfectly aligned to it, I hope. So let's check this out now. Obviously I'm going to need to get a chest there, but yes, as you can see, it is working perfectly, and it is knocking off my torches, but oh well, not really an issue. Interesting, so I went to get the chest and it turned out that that's already at maximum range and it hasn't really been producing anything, so I think it's already over the limit. So if we turn it off and we switch it around that way and do it again, we'll see what the maximum limit is, I guess. Now we can add our chest. Oops, how do you add the chest? You need to do it like that, I guess. There we go. And then it all pops into the chest. And any rare items that I get will be put directly into the chest, like mushroom for example. And we're going to leave that for a while and then we'll go back to what we're doing. So this is now stopped sucking in items, so I'm assuming it is at its maximum range too. So let's see how far this actually went down. And I'm just going to sort of spam torches along the edge. Went a decent length, I guess. Sort of length I would kind of expect it to do. While saying that, it is only a medium range, so that's interesting. It'd be quite cool if you could mix and match them a bit, so you could have like a large range but a narrow focus and things like that. I think that'll be quite cool because, as I say, I'm kind of looking for the 3 wide columns. I could always upgrade to a larger range one, like the water, but it has a larger focus, which I don't really want to do. But I'm just going to sort of continue doing that along all 6 columns until next episode, which will be all done off camera and stuff like that, because I'm sure you're sort of bored of the arcane bore a little bit. So let's go do something else, which is kind of cool. Next, I have a really cool thing I want to show you guys, and a lot of you people will probably already know what I am making, and that is a traveling trunk. Yes, these things are pretty cool. They're like chests, but they're entities. So you could say plunk your torches in, and then the chest will follow you. Pathing is maybe a bit glitchy, but mob finding path, but it's still pretty good. And also, I know it's not really on the topic, but got 3 here on those 2, which is interesting. But yeah, and as you can see, the torches stay in the trunk. Now there are 2 spaces for upgrades here, and there are a couple of upgrades I want to make, and one of them is the probably the best one for this type of thing, which is the contained emptiness, because it pretty much increases the capacity of the chest, I believe anyway it does. So what I need for that is a portable hole, a depleted crystal, and a stone slab in a, what is it, a infuser? Yes, it's an infuser. Let's make that now. Cool. Got the items, and we've got the contained emptiness. Now we simply attach it to the chest screw a little bit bigger, and we have more space. This is more for testing reasons, but I want to see if you add another contained emptiness, does it grow a little bit bigger? Oh, it's not letting me add it. Might as well add it to this then. Oh, can't add to that, or that, or that, or that. Okay, so apparently you can't add it to anything really. So the next best one would be the Quicksilver core, and I went ahead and made one, as you can see, with the following items. And if I add it to this, it should hopefully increase the speed. So let's have a test, see if it's a bit faster. It's quite hard to tell. I mean, I think it is a bit faster. It's seeming to keep up with me a little bit more. So I'm guessing it is a bit faster. One thing I found out is if you walk downstairs, didn't happen that time. There we go. It can hurt itself. So that's something to look out for if you're using these. And if you click this button here, your chunk will remain where you clicked it to be, which is awesome. So now it won't follow me and it won't take damage if I were, say, going exploring in the nether or something, which is fun. And to end today's episode, I kind of want to do some testing on automated chest sorting rooms, or semi-automated anyway. So let's have a look. So as you all know, if you have an air dark, it will put items which you chuck into chests, and this is sort of where my idea came from. So my idea is that you have a line of holes in the wall, and you just throw your items down to it, and it will chuck them into the chest that you want them to go into. And you have a lot of man-made tubing and stuff like that, which would be cool. So let's get to work on building sort of like a prototype of this. So I've been doing some working for quite a while now, and I think I've worked out that the best way of getting all the chests together in a nice big neat pile in one room is to simply use the void chest with the void interface. And pretty much the reason for that is because if you have loads of piping going everywhere and chests and stuff like that, it won't look good. And by piping, I do mean literally just man-made, like piping sort of with sort of those runes which suck items up and stuff like that. That's what I mean by piping. It seemed all way too complicated, so I decided just to go with the easier method by using void chests. So if I, for example, get my yellow item and throw it in the yellow chamber, and then I go ahead and look in the yellow chest, you'll see that it appears there. And for example, just to show you that I didn't sort of trick it there, it's empty now, and now it's back in the exact same slot 2 of yellow, and everything is awesome. So I can do this with all the different colours, and this is just for example purposes. Obviously I'd have signs instead of colour codes in the actual main base at my regular LP world, but as you can see, red and red, green and green, and yellow, so it works pretty well. Now let's have a look at how this works. Well, as you may have guessed, it is literally as simple as a huge hole down, a couple of spaces, with one of these air dark symbols, which will then suck up the item and put it in a void chest, which has the colour according to the colour that is needed. And you can control the chest by having up to 6 different colours, and within the 6 colours there are 9 different pages. You have a bit of control over the pages. So for example, that would be page 2 if it lands in that chest. So I'd have to switch to page 2 of this chest here, like that. And you'll be able to have a little bit of control, although you will need to do some testing for what pages go in what section and stuff like that. But it's cool. So we're back in our normal LP world. It's cool, and while I'm here, I better change this back to recipe mode, because I was obviously in the creative player mode thing, so that's why it was on creative mode. And we're all cool. So what I'm going to be doing next episode is probably going to set up the storage room in the same method that you just saw just a minute or two ago, but everything else is working out quite well. So let's have a look at this, see how many have grown. Nope, still the same, 3 there, 3 there, 2, 2 and 2. Awesome. So I'm not sure, maybe next episode we'll also get working on a proper a V's generation crystal growing farm thing. And don't forget to say the comment about what you think will look better here, because I think I don't know. As I said before, it looks a bit circusy, but that is all I wanted to do this episode, and it's all I am going to do this episode. And until next time, see ya.